You can't blame him. Can't blame him. Can't blame the dude. You cannot blame that flipping dude, man. So let's just break this down because many people have said that. Okay, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why would he go to Bayern Munich? Because you're hardly gonna have a chance to play. But even before we get that, someone just reminded me on Twitter, Sane is injured. So that means you could easily then because Gnabry can play both wings. So you could put Gnabry on the left and you can then put Thingy on the right. Or you could just say, you know what, let's try Hudson-Odoi out on the left and let's just maybe play him as an inside forward and just see how he plays because he's a dribbler. But even despite that, there is a greater chance of Hudson-Odoi getting game time for Bayern with everyone fit than at Chelsea because Hudson-Odoi is looking to himself that, wait a minute, okay, all right, Ziyech is injured, Pulisic is injured, okay, this is my chance because I'm the only natural white player, so I have to start. But somehow you take a guy who's a number 8, a guy who you know isn't good out wide, and you put him out wide. I think once Hudson-Odoi saw Mount play wide, he was like, okay, like I'm done. I'm done because I know that Hansi-Flick isn't, if they're injured, Hansi-Flick isn't going to put Joshua Kimmich out wide or thingy. And the thing about it is that they want to buy him. So once a team, because remember, they wanted to buy him in the previous window, so once a team is looking at him, it's always like, no, we value you. Hudson-Odoi doesn't know whether he's valued by Lampard. Because Lampard obviously values Tammy and Mount because those are the guys that he had at Derby County and also Tomori as well. But Lampard is like, yeah, I don't know you, so why do I value you? So whenever a team or a manager goes out and purchases you, that's why I don't know. I value you. I want you. I appreciate you. And everybody wants to be appreciated. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be wanted. So from that point of view, it works. So let's just, I want to break it down from Bayern's perspective and I'll talk about Chelsea's perspective. So from Bayern's perspective, squad. And I think this is a smart move from Bayern because what you want are options. Because now what Hansi-Flick now has is 2 guys in each position. So you've got Coman, Sane, Gnabry, Hudson-Odoi. 4 wide players. So you know that this guy isn't playing so well. I don't have to change my shape. I can just do like for like. Okay, fixture pile up. All right. This DFB Pokal Cup thing. All right, look. Hudson, Coman, I'll let you play in this game. So, because you can't play Sane and Gnabry for 40 games. With Leroy Sane, he may get injured a few times. So that gives Coman and Hudson-Odoi those opportunities to play. And I think in Hudson-Odoi, what you're going to find is 2 things. First thing is, he's a damn good dribbler. He's very good technically, and he wants to take men on. And I think that is why Hansi-Flick admires the person that he's not a pace merchant. He's an intelligent, clever player who relies much more on technique rather than just speed. But I think what is good about it is that I always say, if you're a young player, you see what's up in Germany because German teams you improve. And what I always say to many of these guys who are in the Premier League, go abroad. I feel Steve McManaman improved when he went to Real Madrid. Sancho has vastly improved when he went to when he went to Dortmund. So going abroad to a different country, different climate, it does good things for you. And I think specifically for Germany, it helps to improve you. So I just think that for Bayern, it's what they need because again, whenever you're at the very top, everyone is coming to get you. You have a target on your back, and because you're at the top, just be like, hey, we'll just do the same thing and do it again. No, when you're at the top, even more so you need to improve. Even more so you need to get much more players. And even more so you need to get players fighting for positions. So him coming in, it says that, no, and the is like, yeah, I know Sane and Gnabry your money, but you don't have to fight for your place. And if you don't play and you mess up, we have a guy who is hungry in here who can come in and say what's up. And I do feel that for Hudson-Odoi, this is a great move for him. Because I believe he'll improve. I believe he'll improve because you're playing from one of the best clubs in the world who has an absolutely amazing, excellent coaching staff. And we know how much guys improve in Germany and we know the kind of football that is played in Germany. And for Hudson-Odoi, this is just something that will just improve your football and will actually make you look a lot better. The only danger about it is that you don't have a Sancho situation where you're going to be you're in the first team and you're going to get a stream of playtime. So the playtime is the only issue. But again, nothing is always going to be perfect. When you weigh things up, injuries and I don't play, This team, this manager, literally, they've wanted me before and they've come back again for me. There's far greater likelihood that I will get more playtime, especially with injuries, with Bayern Munich than I will with Chelsea, because in this team, I have a manager that doesn't want me. But this other team, I have a manager who has gone out and tried to get me. It's very simple. The Chelsea perspective. Here's the thing here, is this makes no sense. Think about its squad. Again, I'm not here to hate or bash on Lampard or anything. I'm just here to look at this thing objectively. Let's just think about squad. Squad, just as everyone, is twofold. First thing is in terms of injuries. If there are injuries, you don't want to change your formation or change shape. You want to do like for like, okay, our right wing is out, we've got a right wing on the bench. Our left wing is out, we've got a left wing on the bench. Our CB is out, we've got a CB in it, like for like. That's what you need for a squad. So you have guys who can come in and not change the shape or change the structure of the team. That's very important. But the second thing is competition. Competition. Letting people know that if you mess up, there is someone there ready to take your spot. And more so, especially when you're on the training ground, it is very good for players knowing that, man, I'm a right winger. There's another right winger there. And that right winger is busting his balls to try and take my spot. So this forces me to try and go extra hard to try and maintain my spot. But if I'm a right winger, I'm the only right winger in this team, and there's no other right winger in the training ground, I don't have to bust my balls. Yeah, I'll do my thing. I'll do what I can because I want to be in the team. But I don't even have to impress in training. Because I know that if I get subbed, the whole entire shape and the formation of the team has to be changed because there is no other right wing. And if they bring a central player to play right wing, he ain't going to do as good as me. But if a right winger is out there training on the training ground and he is desperate to be in a team, if I don't say what's up in training, or if I mess up in that match, I'm out. And if I'm out and he comes in and he plays well, I'm screwed. Then I have to try and fight to regain my place in that team. So the thing though is, what then happens when we now have the situation where Ziyech is injured and Pulisic is injured? Now what? Obviously, we know if Werner can play out wide. Who's the other wide player? There is no other natural wide player. I don't want to hear anything about, he can. I don't want to hear anything about he can play wide. What would you rather have? Kai Havertz wide, Mount wide, or Hudson-Odoi? Are you saying that Kai Havertz is a better right winger? I say Mount is a better right winger than Hudson-Odoi. If you're saying that, you don't know you don't know football. Because as a manager, what you always want to do is play guys in their natural position. Not everyone is 2010 Samuel Eto'o, who we know is a striker, but because he's such a good football player and such a smart football player, he knew how to adapt his game and still be effective on that right wing. Mount isn't that. Mount is not as intelligent a player as Eto'o, so he doesn't know how to psychologically, mentally adapt his game to still be effective out wide. Kai Havertz, out wide, he can play there, but he's not as effective there. That's not his strongest position, and especially with how Chelsea play, which is in an attacking team, play on the run and on the front foot, it makes sense to have both of your flankmen have perpetual direct movements to get to the byline. Because Kai Havertz and Mount, they play like central players. They want to keep hold of the ball and look through. They're not looking to play on the front foot. That's just how their characteristics lend themselves to be central players, not wide players. So for Chelsea, this is a bad move. Because in a season where you could potentially play 40 to 50 games, if you're thinking about the FA Cup and you're also thinking about the Champions League, you need a squad. You need a squad because guys will get fatigued. Guys may be out of form. Guys could get injured. Guys could get suspended. And what she wants is guys to slot in there. So, all right, a left winger is playing like crap. A left winger is injured. A left winger is suspended. We have a left winger. Boom. Bayern and Hansi-Flick, I'm good. If anything happens to Gnabry or Sané, they're out of form, they don't play well, Coman, slot inside. Hudson-Odoi, slot inside. So for Hansi-Flick, it's a great spot because now your squad looks healthy and you now have like-for-like changes you can make. But for Lampard and for Chelsea, you don't have these like-for-like changes because are you saying that Ziyech, Pulisic, Werner will be fit for the entire season. I think they'll play well for the entire season. Just correct me. Am I going crazy here? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But for me, with regards to Hudson-Odoi, I'm always about let players take ownership of themselves, and I'm always see for me, clubs can be cutthroat, so I'm always going to be for the player and let the player do the best for themselves because I don't believe in guys just being treated like trash. I'm like, oh no, the club and then because yes, a player is not bigger than a club, but respect a footballer's agency with regards to I want to play. I want to play. I'm not happy sitting on the bench. And when you see Hudson-Odoi play, you can see the hunger that he has for it. So, and for him, why this is such a great move is that he still needs to improve, and Bayern Munich, he will improve. Because let's keep it real, Hansi-Flick is a much better manager than Lampard. Because Hansi-Flick has been, Hansi-Flick just did not begin management last season. Bro, he's been in the German setup for like 6, 7, 8 years. So he is vastly experienced in coaching and working with players. And I think, wasn't he part of the World Cup winning coaching staff and so forth? So you working with the highest level of coaching and the highest level of an environment like Bayern Munich can only do good things for your career. Guys, remember to like that vid. And remember to click that subscribe button, man. Click that subscribe button. Let's get to 20,000 subs and stay tuned for all that football content crap. Peace out.